A GI operation coming to you once again today though. I've been having this thing where these people it's so much negativity and it's starting to wear on me. And so what I've been doing with negative people, and I challenge you to also do the same exact thing with these people who constantly must talk negative about a person, right? And it's really simple. Ask them a question. When they start their negative talk and things like that, ask them a question. Tell me one thing positive about that person. And just wait. And you'll be amazed because it stops them in their tracks. Because if you should be able to say something negative, you should also be able to say something positive. I'm pretty positive of that. And that's not something that, a lot of people can actually do. And that goes for family members, that goes for business associates and friends and ex-boyfriend or girlfriends, because people, they like to thrive, and then other people thrive on the negative side of things, and so there again. Now, I will also say this, there is something called a shit sandwich. I use that, in business and in management from time to time when I've, had to counsel someone or things like that. And one of the things, you may say shit sandwich. Yeah, it works, because you think about a sandwich. You kind of put the bread and the shit in the middle, which is the negative and all the bad stuff, and then you put another piece of bread, right? And so basically, what you say something like this. You're an awesome salesperson. You got an awesome personality. You're outgoing, things like that. But if you would work on making more phone calls, or getting to work a little bit earlier, or staying a little bit later, you will probably make a whole lot more sales, because that's just what you are. You're really a good person. You're this, you're that. And so what happens is the people leave that conversation with a positive outlook. Yeah, you told them what you wanted them to hear, because that's what people are used to hearing all the time. So if you give them some positive this, negative this, the part that you want corrected or whatnot, and then end it on a positive note, people would typically remember the positive stuff, but they also heard what you said too. I need to get to work early. I need to make, one extra phone call, or, I need to, maybe I could stay a little bit later. I don't have to be out of here when the buzzer strikes 5 o'clock, this, that, and the other. And just think about that. And it will literally change that person's attitude, because they're going to come away like, this is the most positive person. I've never had a manager or a leader or a friend or a family member say these things about me, because, I'm human. I'm human. As many good things as I do, I hear a lot of negative stuff that I do. And you know what? According to a lot of people, especially family, things like that, I hear it more than most. Well, I'm assuming. I don't know. I hear it a lot. I've never heard anything, from some of my family members. I got one half of the family that has always said really good things about, the CEO of Black Folk Hotspots and things like that, Ryan. But then I hear the other stuff, and it's like, well, you don't know me. And that's all you hear. And if I didn't have those positive reinforcements, if I didn't know who I am, if I didn't, if I don't hear that from other people, or just know internally my own self-worth, my self-image, then I would really think that I was this person, because I've had to ask that. I was like, can you think of one positive thing I've done? I mean, I'm 40 years old. I ain't never been in jail. I mean, say that. Or I've never done this or never done that, something, or I'm raising a good child, or commend me on something, You know, I don't ask you for money. You know, something. You know what I mean? And so, and then it kind of stops them in their tracks because, you know, you'll kind of stop them, like, hey, you know what? I'm not listening to you unless you have something positive to say. But most people, they'll rather harp on the negative. And you know what? I don't care what no one says in this world, but if you keep talking about negative, you're going to get more negative. So if all you think about, say, another person is negative stuff, you're going to get more negative. And that works in your relationships. You know, I try to tell people in relationships, don't talk about what you don't want. Talk about what you do want. And you'll find out that you'll start to get more of what you do want. It's a noble concept. It really is. And it actually works. You know, nobody's going to be perfect. You know, and in relationships, I've said to, you know, females I've dated in the past, hey, we've lived X amount of years without each other. You know, so we didn't grow up the exact same way. And even if we did, we still going to have some different thoughts to things. I mean, my sister, my brother, my sister, my little brother, we grew up in the same house with the same parents, with the same grandparents, you know, with the same influences and things around us, kind of, sort of, especially me and my sister, because we actually the same, you know, in the same age bracket. So we grew up with the same friends and this and the other. So why do we both think differently on certain things? That's because we're individuals. So once you do those things, you kind of stop people in their tracks. And you know what? They'll probably, chances are, if you do it right and you continuously do that, well, you know what? That's great. I understand that person is the worst person in the world, but tell me something they did do right. Or tell me something positive about that person. Or don't say anything. So give me one for one, right? You say something positive, give me something negative. Or say something negative, you got to give me something positive. Eventually they'll stop. Because most people have more positives than negatives. But that's just coming from me. Anyway, you can take it how you want. You know, I would appreciate if you guys thumb up, thumb down, subscribe to the video. Make sure if you're a black business owner, you know, your business is hosting events or selling widgets or, you know, consulting or whatever it may be. You own a restaurant, nightclub, whatever. I don't care. You know, network marketing company, because I think those are important as well. And more goods and services are sold through network marketing industry than any other, you know, sales organization type in the world. But create a profile, professional profile. You sell real estate, sell cars for a dealership, because you're a business within a business. You know, create a profile. Tell us what you do so that we can share with our our network of over 100,000 consumer eyes, and we'll share that. That's not going to cost you anything. Now, if you want to come back and you want to actually, you know, post this or post that, post pictures, this, you know, blog posts, events, you know, all these type of things, then you will ask for a donation of $6.95. Anyway, talk to you guys soon, and that description is below. It's also bfhsnetwork.com, which is short for Black Folk Hotspots. You can just Google us and you can see, you know, how much we're out there. We've been around for a little bit over 4 years, about 4.5 years, and we're doing great things. Anyway, talk to you guys soon. If you want to sponsor this hat, get me out of this Phillies hat, or this I'm feeling lucky shirt, whatever, and put me in, you know, your gear, you know, lid, whatever your clothing line is. Shoot me an inbox, email, call me 219-512-9910, or email at bfhsnetwork@gmail.com, and we'll work on the logistics on what we need to do to get that. And I'm gonna start doing those videos on Friday. It's gonna be the Freebie Friday shout out. Anyway, talk to you guys soon, and thanks for listening. And please share, watch other videos as well. Talk to you soon. Peace.